Yes, hello there. Today we're doing a game between Swansea and Leeds in the Championship. It's a strategy known as the Clint. And here we go, we backed under 1.5 for £5. We actually scalped it pre-match, as you can see, 3.9 to 3.8. And we've just put £5 on top of that now, on the under 1.5. The overs, we're going to jump in here. The game's literally just started. Flash score are always a sort of minute or two ahead, so we're going to wait for a better price on here, on the overs. Why? Mainly because we can get away with putting less stakes on it, and therefore reducing our liabilities on the trade. So we're going to try and do that. Obviously, if a goal is scored, we're risking losing, or potentially losing, our 1.5 stake. But yeah, I've got the game on here. There's very little happening in the first sort of couple of minutes. So we've been matched on the overs. And now with the strategy, we put a little bit on the 1-1. The staking normally works sort of £40 to £50 on over 2.5, £10 on under 1.5, and £5 on the 1-1, or double that, triple that, or whatever. 14 minutes gone. We've got a goal to Swansea. They've gone 1 up. So what do we think we can do at this point? Well, obviously our overs are steamed in. That's excellent from that point of view. The 1-1 is not so good, but we don't have to touch that at this point. Goals coming a little bit early for the 1-1, but the 1-1 is there as insurance. It is there for if the side come out and equalise. Simple as that, really. If Leeds come back and score, then obviously we've got a green of £32 there that we can offset against our under 2.5 red. So just going to sort of see if we can sort of play around with the scores here a little bit. I've got the game on in the background and it's very one-sided. It's all Swansea. Now normally with a Clint, if you're not watching it, you would leave the 1-1 to run. But in this case, as the game is on and there looks more chance of it going to 2-0 instead of 1-1, I'm going to come out of the 1-1, as you can see there, and go on to the 2-0. So that's what we've done. Now, it's just going to do a little bit of scalping on the 1-0 here. It's half time. So we put £100 on the 1-0, you can see there. And we're at the front of the queue. Some of our money's already been taken. And we're going to try and lay it off 2 ticks lower. Now, this is something we call the bounce effect, whereby the price tends to come in before jumping back out at nearer the start of the second half. We do have another video that you'll see showing this more in depth, but we've been matched at sort of 4.6, or some of our money has been matched there. We'll certainly get matched because we're at the front. And here we go. You see the money's starting to be taken already. 4.5, 4.4. So again, we're near the front of the queue, and that is the key for any type of scalping. The nearer you are, the better. The more chance you're going to get matched. If there's a lot of money piling in after you, then chances are that the price is not going to go the other way. I.e., it's not going to drift back out to 4.5, 4.6, and you'll get taken, and in this case, gain yourself an extra £20. So just sort of running this on here, keeping with the recording as the game is happening. And you'll see, here we go, we've not been taken yet. All of our back has been taken. Okay, now we're starting to be matched. And I have no sort of qualms that this isn't going to be taken. And what this actually does is, if the game ends 1-0, instead of having sort of a red screen on the 1-0, we'll have a little bit of green on there to go with the under 1.5 profit. That if there isn't another goal in the game, will help us to certainly not lose any money, come out for scratch, and maybe a small profit. So that is the idea with the half-time scalping. You can do that most of the time. If you've got live pictures, a little tip I tend to do is sort of 30 seconds into the injury time. Say there's a minute of injury time, and the ball is fairly safe in the goalkeeper's hands, or there's an injury, then I will go in and I will back the current score for £100, £200, because that price will come in a tick or two as soon as that whistle goes for half time. Your dangers are a goal, of course, but as long as you do it safely when you know the ball is unlikely to result in a goal, then you can add £10, £20 to your to your trade, to that particular correct score, the 1-0 in this case. And it can turn a losing trade into a winning trade, and that's what you want to see. So just wait for this. It's just chipping away now, almost there. And then we've got a little bit of extra profit on the 1-0. It's 1-0 at half time, Swansea. And of course, the beauty is over half time there's no chance of a goal, so it's a very safe way of scalping. And if you're new to scalping, then you know that it's the best way to get into it. So you can see there we backed it at 4.6 and we laid it off at 4.4. Just rolled it on a little bit here, second half, as we sort of read the game correctly. Swansea scored a second. So now we're in a position where obviously we've lost £5 from the over 1.5. We're in a position where we're currently losing 40 because it's under 2.5. And we got a £24 green on the 2-0. So we're looking at sort of 45 less 24. So we're about a £21, £20 loss if the game ends this way. So that's why just going to top up the 2-0 in case there are no further goals. And by doing that, you're in a position where, at worst now, the worst scenario is that if the game ends 2-0, then it'll be a scratch trade, because the profit from the 2-0 will cancel out the 1.5 and the under 2.5 loss. So we can do that. And sort of nearer the end of the game, we can top it up a little bit more to take some profit. But at this point in the game, I'm happy to sort of let it run for a bit, because I think there'll be more goals, and that's where our profit is weighted. You know, we got £50 on overs, less £5 on the 1.5, and 17 on the correct score. So we're looking at sort of another goal. We picked up sort of £26, £27. Just a little sort of lay on Swansea here, because Leeds are sort of renowned for coming back into matches this season. So, you know, it's a cheap sort of little bit of insurance there. Just rolling it on. We have another goal. It's 3-0. And our money has been made.